Shalom, giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to the sincere and hopeful elect out there, you brothers that's prophesying in the true name and the true doctrine about the times we're in and times ahead of to, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. This is your fellow servant Kodash Payah in this article I came across. I'm going to bring it out and bring some scriptures with it. Right? It says, DC Council approves bill allowing children to get vaccines without parents' consent. It says a bill passed by the DC Council on Tuesday would allow children as young as age 11 to obtain vaccinations without their parent consent. You know, when they put them in schools or whatever. And that also is going to inevitably destroy the religious exemptions as well. So you wouldn't be able to take anything like that to the court of law because it won't hold any effect. And that's what's happening slowly but surely over there in the UK. You know, so that's cutting down more and more on your social liberties. You know, and this is what they're doing. This is that new world, that new that new I was gonna say new world order. That's what it is, but it's also a new normal. You know, these draconian laws, these measures are getting more intensified. You know, and that's what's going to have Jake, get roused up as well. It says, under the legislation, if a doctor determines that a minor is capable of informed consent, they would be able to seek government recommended vaccinations their parents object to on religious grounds. You see? But it says they also could get vaccinated against the human papillomavirus with their words, man. It says, which is recommended for older children but opposed by some parents because the virus is sexually transmitted and they object to their teenagers having sex. So now they go into like the Tuskegee experiment on our people. It says right here. No. Oh, this is another paragraph I wanted to read. Parents have a fundamental right to direct the upbringing, education, and care of their children, White said, before claiming that vaccines, which are generally safe, are a risk to children's health. White cited the National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program, which has been used by conspiracy theorists to argue that vaccines are dangerous. So, you know how they trying to throw that conspiracy theorist thing in the midst of it, to convince people that the whistleblowers and people exposing this are wrong. I mean, if we are wrong, then why are you forcing it on people? Why are you bringing these bills and councils upon bringing these vaccinations? If it's not so bad, or people that are exposing it are wrong, then why are you forcing it? Why are you bringing the military to distribute, taking away exemptions? Like, why are they doing all that if it's quote unquote not that serious? And they want to point fingers, oh, it's conspiracy theorists. But they're making laws to enforce this. How is that? That's conspiring against the public right there. So they tend to contradict themselves, man. You know, and real quick, this is it, another paragraph, real quick. It says White also expressed concerns about a potential coronavirus vaccine last spring when he responded to an Instagram comment from a person who raised the history of the notorious Tuskegee experiments in which blacks, right, which are biblical Israelites, pardon me. It says black men with syphilis were left untreated so that doctors could compare their condition to men who were treated. So, you know, they going back to certain like experiments and diseases that went on, and I guess trying to justify it, but here's what the scriptures say about it. And I'm gonna go to, you know what, let's go back to it. This book of Isaiah chapter 32 and verse number 7, it says, the instruments also of the churl. And a churl is basically just for, to for people to see it. Just a basic churros, impolite and mean spirited person, right? Because the scriptures speak about Esau, the so-called white man, the spirit in him. Spirit is not upright in him. Let me see if I get that real quick, just to defend that. There it is. Book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. See, so they don't have that a righteous spirit. They can't repent. You know what I mean? It goes to that extent. So going back to Isaiah 32 verse 7, it says the instruments also of the cherub. So these are the instruments of who? The wicked. Because Job 9 and 24 says what? The earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. And then it goes into, scriptures going into like his wicked devices and things like that. Because he was blessed with the earth. He was blessed with the sword, which is the guns, the vaccines, and all these little devices and shit, which they use to destroy the people. But it goes into, it says, the instruments also of the cherub are evil. The devices, Salakia, he deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. So who's the needy? The needy speaketh right, but the people don't regard it. And the wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. Now, to back that up, I'm gonna get one more precept and I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna close off on that. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse number 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, meaning his mind. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right? So they're speaking about different things as, it's convenient to vaccines, but yet war is in their heart. And right here, this title just basically shows how war is in their heart. DC Council approves bill allowing children to get vaccines without parents' consent. Right now they're stating, 11 and up, but it's gonna it's gonna get more intense. So showing you who the enemy is. Even Sirach, the book of Sirach, the 12th chapter tells you, never trust thine enemy. Right? So we gotta understand, the World's Health Organization, the governments, the CDC. You can't trust them, and you can't trust these doctors. Pharmacy in the Latin means pharmakia, which is witchcraft. So, people have physical ailments, seizures. Even in the first test runs of the first trial for the vaccines, people died. So they're not considering that. They're not regarding that. They don't care, because it's for full control, and that's their agenda. All right, watch and pray. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.